So, good morning. Welcome to Phenomenal Private Practice with Amira. So, I have a terrific question today from one of my coachees. Her name is Nee. I'll call her Nee for short, just to keep privacy. So, today's question is, how do I set sliding scale fees? Right? So, there's a couple of things you want to remember when you're setting sliding scale fees. The first is the purpose, right? Why are you setting sliding scale fees? Are you trying to make affordable therapy accessible to people with a lower income? Are you trying to gain more clients in general? What's your purpose? You want to think about that in making this decision. The second thing is think about what's affordable in your area. So if we look at New York State, which is super broad, and I'm aware of that, and I'm doing this intentionally just for this exercise. If we look at New York State, what fee range might we think would work? How would we figure that out, right? The first is to figure out what are the tiers of income in your area. So I did a general one for New York State. I looked that up and I found that New York State, the general tiers I'm going to say are about 25,000 to 50,000 for lower income, 50,000 to 100,000 for middle income, 100,000 and above for upper income, right? And this is for an average family of four. Obviously, if you're in New York City, it's quite different than that, right? Like I've lived in New York, I know what that's like. But in other places, it is different. So that's just a ballpark, right? Now, those are your three tiers. Now I want you to think about what you think your clients can afford, right, for a session. And then I also want you to think about what is the average cost of a therapy session in the area that you're in, right? So I looked it up again for New York State generally and New York State broadly. The average rate for a therapy session is between $100 and $250. So let's say your lower tier clients, can they afford between $100 and $150 per session? They may or they may not be able to. I would have that discussion with them. If you're not comfortable with the amount that they're able to afford, let's say they say, hey, um, Nee, I'm only able to afford $80. Are you comfortable accepting $80 per session for a select number of clients? If you are, great. If you're not, that's okay too. You have to do what's going to work for you. I know you have to pay taxes, you have to pay for overhead fees, you have to think of a lot of things, right, in terms of your payments. So you want to decide what you're comfortable with, and you've already decided what you need your income to be every week in order to make your practice worth it for you, right? So you want to help people, but you also want to make sure that you're able to get some income in. So you might think about going a little lower. Maybe you start at 80, you go to 125 for that lower tier, right? For the people earning between, say, 25,000 and 50,000. Maybe you'll go from $125 to about 175 for the people who are in that middle income. So 50,000 to 100,000, right? And maybe you'll think about 175 to 250 for that higher income group, which is about 100,000 and up, right? Or 150,000 and up. And that is how you set your fees, okay? I hope this was helpful for you. Take care.